morning. Today we are going to study about the solubility of the metallic salt. This topic is very important because after this topic, that one topic is given preparation of salt, general method of the preparation of salt. In that one, which method is suitable? Which method is suitable? It depends on solubility of the salt. So if you have the knowledge of the solubility of the salt, then only you can select the correct method. And that question, preparation of salt, it will be asked 5 mark questions every year. They are asking in board paper. So if you know the solubility of the metallic salt, then only you can give the correct answer. So solubility of metallic salt, certain points are there. We will discuss one by one. First point, that all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble in water. Here the solvent is water. All sodium, potassium and ammonium, all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble in water. You people are confused that whether the salt is soluble or insoluble. So what is the meaning is that? The meaning is that if any salt contains sodium, potassium and ammonium, that salt will be soluble. For example, if I ask you sodium sulfate, what you will say? This sodium sulfate is soluble because sodium is there. What about sodium chloride? This will be soluble because sodium is there. What about sodium carbonate? It will be soluble because sodium is there. So in any salt, just you see, if sodium is present, so that will be soluble. Either it is sulfate, chloride, carbonate, phosphate, whatever it may be. If the sodium is present, it will be soluble. In the same way, if I ask you that potassium sulfate will also be soluble. Potassium chloride, this will be soluble. Potassium carbonate, that will also be soluble. Because potassium is present, if the statement is given all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble. In the same way, if I ask you that ammonium sulfate, ammonium chloride, ammonium carbonate, so all these salts are soluble. What is the reason? The reason is that all the salts, they are the salt of the sodium, potassium and ammonium. That's why they are soluble. Now the second statement. Second statement, all nitrates and nitrites are soluble. All nitrates and nitrites, all nitrates and nitrites are soluble in water. All nitrates and nitrites are soluble in water. One example, if I ask you that copper nitrate will be soluble. Then lead nitrate, this will be soluble. Sodium nitrite, this will be soluble. Potassium nitrite, this will be soluble. Zinc nitrate, this will be, means all are soluble. All are soluble because they contain nitrates and nitrites. What is the symbol of the nitrate? Nitrate symbol is NO3 minus. So if any compound contains, this is called the nitrate. This symbol is called the nitrate, and then this one is nitrite. So if any compound, nitrate or nitrites are present, it will be soluble. So in the same way I have asked you that copper nitrate, lead nitrate, sodium nitrite, potassium nitrite, zinc nitrate. So your answer is there. All are soluble. Here all you have written, already I have told you, they are soluble. So 2 points you have got. that all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble, all nitrates and nitrites are soluble. Now the third point, all bicarbonates are soluble. All bicarbonates are soluble except sodium bicarbonate and potassium bicarbonate, sparingly soluble. All sodium, potassium, all bicarbonates are soluble. All bicarbonates are soluble except sodium and potassium bicarbonate. The sodium and potassium bicarbonates are sparingly soluble. Sparingly soluble means very less soluble. So all bicarbonates are soluble in water. Bicarbonate symbol, you know that this symbol is called bicarbonate. This symbol is called bicarbonate. So if I ask you magnesium bicarbonate will be soluble. Calcium bicarbonate, that will be soluble. But if I ask you that sodium bicarbonate and potassium bicarbonate, so they are coming in exceptional, so sparingly soluble. Sparingly soluble means very less soluble, so better we say that insoluble only. So 3 points we have got, that all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble, all nitrates and nitrites are soluble, all bicarbonates are soluble in water except sodium and potassium bicarbonate. Sodium and potassium bicarbonates are sparingly soluble. Next, fourth point. In your book total 11 points are given, but I will summarize in only 6 points. So next point, that fourth point, all sulfates are soluble in water. All sulfates are soluble in water. All sulfates are soluble in water except lead sulfate, silver sulfate, silver sulfate, calcium sulfate and barium sulfate. It means all the sulfates are soluble except these four. These four sulfates will be insoluble. For example, if I ask you copper sulfate, so as you have written, all the sulfates are soluble, so this will be soluble. Copper sulfate will be soluble. It is not coming in exceptional category. In the same way, if I ask you barium sulfate, so what you will say? All sulfates are soluble except these four. So this barium sulfate is coming in exceptional category. So that will be insoluble. Now next one is, what about the zinc sulfate? What you will say? Soluble, because all sulfates are soluble. Magnesium sulfate. All sulfates are soluble, not coming in exceptional category. It will be soluble. Sodium sulfate. Since sodium is there, soluble, sulfate also soluble. So this is soluble. Lead sulfate. Just to see, it is coming in exceptional category. So that will be insoluble. So that way you please learn it. 4 points I have given you. All sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble. all nitrates and nitrites are soluble, all bicarbonates are soluble except sodium and potassium, they are sparingly soluble, all sulfates are soluble except 4 sulfate, lead sulfate, silver sulfate, calcium sulfate and barium sulfate. Apart from these 4, all the sulfates are soluble. Next, all chlorides are soluble. Next, all chlorides, fifth point, all chlorides are soluble in water except lead chloride, silver chloride and mercurous chloride. Mercurous only. If you take mercuric, it will be soluble. Means all the chlorides are soluble except these 3: lead chloride, silver chloride and mercurous chloride. This is mercurous. And if you take mercuric, it will be soluble. So I have written here mercurous. So for example, if I ask you, what about the magnesium chloride? So since you have written all the chlorides are soluble, so your answer will be soluble. Copper chloride, you have written all the chlorides are soluble, so that will be soluble. Lead chloride, this is coming in sectional category, insoluble. Zinc chloride, all chlorides are soluble, not coming in sectional category, so that will be soluble. And one important point I want to tell you, that PbCl2, this PbCl2 is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. PbCl2 is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. PbCl2 is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. This question is very common in board paper. Name a salt which is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. Name a salt which is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. What you will answer? That lead chloride. Lead chloride is insoluble in cold water but soluble in hot water. So all these 5 points are given. These are related to the soluble salts. Then 6th point I will give you about the insoluble salts. So 6th point, that all sulfides, oxides, hydroxides, carbonates, and phosphates are insoluble in water except sodium, potassium and ammonia. Except sodium, potassium and ammonia. It means sulfide. What is the symbol of the sulfide? This is called sulfide. Sulfide, SO3 2 minus, is called sulfide. Then oxides, O2 minus, is called oxides. Then hydroxides, OH negative called hydroxides. Then so hydroxides. Next one is given that carbonates. This one is carbonate. Then phosphate, PO4 3 minus phosphate. So just you see, in any compound, if sulfide is there, oxides, hydroxides, carbonates or phosphate, these compounds will be insoluble. But if these compounds, if they are coming from sodium, potassium and ammonium, then they will be soluble. For example, copper carbonate, just to see what is written, all carbonates are insoluble in water except sodium, potassium and ammonium. So this is copper carbonate, it will be insoluble. But suppose that if I ask you that sodium carbonate, so exception is there, this sodium carbonate will be soluble. Zinc carbonate, that will be insoluble. Lead carbonate, this will be insoluble. So all the carbonates are insoluble. In the same way, if I ask you lead sulfide, what you will say? All the sulfides are insoluble, so that will be insoluble. Zinc sulfide, that will also be insoluble. Then ferrous sulfide, that is also insoluble. Next, sodium sulfide. Sodium sulfide is soluble. It is exception is there. Sodium sulfide is soluble. In the same way, potassium sulfide, that is soluble. Now next one is that copper sulfide. Sulfide valence is 2 minus, copper also 2. Copper sulfide is insoluble. But suppose that if I ask you that sodium sulfide, what you will answer? Exception is there. It will be soluble. It will be soluble. Then copper oxide. Copper oxide, all the metallic oxides are insoluble, so that will be insoluble. Zinc oxide, that is insoluble. But suppose that if you take sodium oxide, potassium oxide, they will be soluble, because exception is. In the same way, if I ask you that ferrous hydroxide, so all metallic hydroxides are insoluble. So what you will answer? It is insoluble. Zinc hydroxide, what you will answer? Insoluble. But suppose that if I ask you sodium hydroxide, this will be soluble. Potassium hydroxide, it will be soluble. So carbonate shapes in only phosphate is left. This phosphate valence is 3 minus. So aluminium phosphate. Ammonium valence is 3, phosphate valence is also 3. So all the phosphates are insoluble. So this will be insoluble. Then sodium phosphate or ammonium phosphate. So these will be soluble because exception is there. So just you see, I have written all the 6 points. Just you go through your book, page number 49. Page number 49 is given that solubility of metallic salt. So in the solubility of metallic salt, all sodium, potassium and ammonium salts are soluble. It is clear to you. All nitrates and nitrites are soluble. I have already explained. All bicarbonates are soluble, but potassium and sodium bicarbonates are sparingly soluble. All sulfates are soluble. 4 are given. This Ag2SO4, you can do the correction. PbSO4, Ag2SO4, CSO4, barium sulfate. All chlorides are soluble except 3: lead chloride, silver chloride and mercurous chloride. Then it is given PbCl2 is soluble in hot water. This remark most important. They have asked many times in board paper, name a salt which is soluble in hot water. So lead chloride. Then in the insoluble column it is given all sulfides, all carbonates, oxides, hydroxides and phosphates are insoluble. But all sodium, potassium, sulfide, carbonates, oxides, hydroxides and phosphates are soluble. So I have that this point number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 I have written all together. So if all sulfides, oxides, hydroxides, carbonates, phosphates are insoluble, but if they are sodium, potassium and ammonium, they will be soluble. So this topic is very, very important. I will utilize this topic for the preparation of salt. If you have the knowledge of this topic, then only you can select the correct method. And if you are failed to select the correct method, then you cannot write the correct answer. So that's why this topic is important. And second thing, if you are going for any competitive examination, either for medical or engineering, in that one also they are asking the solubility of a particular salt, whether this salt is soluble or insoluble. So by the knowledge of this solubility of metallic salt, you can predict the answer. I have seen that some of the paper they have asked whether the magnesium hydroxide is soluble or insoluble. So magnesium hydroxide, just to see all hydroxides are insoluble, so magnesium hydroxide will be insoluble. So like this, they are asking the questions in competitive examination, and in your preparation of salt it will be useful. So in my opinion, this topic is very, very important. Learn it properly. Then next topic I will give in the next video. This is a very short video but very important. This you learn it. Then in the next video we will study the next topic, that general method of preparation of the salt.